Hey, what's up? It's Comic95 the Savior, and as you can see, I am wearing my brassiere right now. And I'm doing this on purpose because two reasons. One, I'm getting ready to go to bed. And two, I also wanted to reply back to a comment that I received on my video about, being a curvy, busty, sexy teacher. I had somebody leave a comment on my video, which I couldn't tell if they were trolling or being serious. And so I'm going to assume that it was a combination of both. And so I thought to reply back to, or to at least leave the comment there. And I was like, nah, I'd rather make money off of my reply instead of wasting my time and sending you a long comment that you're probably not going to read. People are just going to upvote yours and be like, oh my God, yeah, they're right. So the person basically said, oh, I don't understand why you made a video talking about this. And then, at the end of your video, you show yourself playing with your boobs, like you're an AV star, blah, 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 which implies the fact that you apparently watch women that do this because you refer to AV, which means adult videos, referring to pornographic content. Okay, with that said, interesting. So, you acknowledge the fact that you watch and do things like that, but for some reason the thought of seeing a woman who isn't exposing her actual body, but I guess you could say doing sexually suggestive stuff, you lose the ability to control yourself, your words, your actions, and behavior. So let's get a few things out of the way to make this all make sense. My video was talking about the fact that I am a curvy, busty woman. So what did I do in my thumbnail? I show myself with my body, not with myself wearing clothing. I show my actual body because what are you going to do if I'm wearing a blouse? Where your eyes are going to be drawn? They're going to be drawn directly to my breasts based on the title of my video because I'm talking about being busty, being curvy. So whether or not my breasts are on display or not, you're going to look there because that's what the video was about. Okay, also let's keep it real. I'm a woman. I'm well aware that by showing my body, it instantly will garner more clicks, more views, more money. Smart marketing. Also on top of that, unlike an AV like how you mentioned, let's be real. We've all seen cleavage before. We've all seen breasts before. We've all seen lingerie ads. We've all been to the beach. We've all used YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And guess who owns these platforms? That's right, the US, America. These are things that are okay in my country. I do not care what country you're from, what your religion or culture supports. This is what my country is okay with. This is what we have changed in our country. Instead of running around being afraid of men and what they think, I do what I want with my own body. However, my video is talking about quite the opposite. I'm living in a conservative country and culture, and I respect and understand that. However, despite the fact that I do follow their dress code and rules when I am at work, I myself, as well as other foreign women who have bodies that are similar to mine, have been met with the same inappropriate comments from management, coworkers, friends, and even dates, in which their body and themselves have been sexualized, even without them showing a trace of anything. For example, nobody that I work with is aware of my YouTube channel, my Instagram, anything else like that. I'm sure in the past somebody had to know about it, but you get what I'm saying? Okay. They have no idea what I dress like outside of work. However, at work, all they see is, oh my God, oh pie, she has such big breasts. She's so sexy. She's so whatever. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't have to show any skin. It's automatically assumed you're sexy, you're whatever, because of how your body looks under work appropriate clothing that's not tight or fitted. Secondly, you will oftentimes have management tell you that you're dressed too sexy, even though you're wearing the exact same thing as everyone else, because it looks different on your body. For example, a girl that has flat breasts wearing a button-up shirt makes her boobs look smaller. But when you have large breasts like how I do, button-up shirts, turtlenecks, etc. actually draw more attention to the fact that you're busty, and it makes it look even bigger. It's the equivalent of a fat person wearing a tight-fitted t-shirt. To the fat person, they might feel like they look smaller in that shirt because the shirt is a smaller size than what they should be wearing. But to people that are on the outside of their clothing, not that person, all they see is, wow, that person is busting out of their shirt because their gut is so big. Okay. That's exactly what it looks like with your breasts. When you wear button-up clothing, when you wear work-appropriate clothing as a teacher or office worker, whatever, it actually just draws more attention to the fact that you have large breasts. I do not have the biggest boobs imaginable. I fluctuate between a size D to a double D, 36 US, which translates to somewhere between an F80, F85-ish, size here in Japan. Okay, with that said, when I'm at work, I do not wear my bra like how you're seeing me right now. I do not wear tube tops. I do not wear halters, etc. I'm at home and I can dress however I please. I'm on an American platform talking to a mostly foreign audience. Also, even if I did dress this way in real life and in person, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. The video is talking about harassment and unwanted sexual comments. Based on your comment, you are literally justifying men having predatory RP behavior towards women based off of what they're wearing. You can think and say whatever you want about me in your mind, but you cannot justify putting your hands on me, harassing me, and or harming me, even if I'm wearing no clothing. It's called being an adult. It's called having self-control. I've talked about this before in another video, but just as you can control yourself, if you find out that a girl is a minor, even although she's busty, you can do the same thing with somebody who's not a minor. Funny how you can, flip that switch on and off based off of the knowledge that you're given. Believe it or not, I've had almost the exact same appearance and body since I've been about 11 or 12 years old. There will be no way for you to know that I'm an underage person. I cannot tell you how many times I had grown people hit on me. I remember being 12 years old and college-age boys trying to talk to me, and my dad lost it on them and threatened to break their neck. They had no idea that not only was I a minor, I wasn't even a teenager yet. But I was 5'4", I had C-cup breasts. My body was curvy back then too. The only giveaway that I was potentially a kid was the fact that I had a childish hairstyle and I was wearing a graphic t-shirt. That was the only telltale sign. I was tall. I was developed. Okay. But after learning that I'm a minor, what do most men do? They go from wanting to flirt with me, talk to me, to being, oh, she's too young for me. She's a kid. They change their mindset. Okay. You know not to touch a girl. You know not to harass a high school girl wearing a short skirt. You might say, well, she's dressed like a whore. She has her skirt rolled up. But no, you recognize that you're talking to a child. So you don't try to flirt with her. Why can't you all do this with adults too? Women do it all the time. We see men that look good. We don't have to say what we want to do to them. We don't have to tell them everything on our mind. You can acknowledge the fact, oh, he's handsome, he's sexy, he's whatever, and move on about your day. You don't have to stalk him, follow him, harass him, touch him. Why is that so hard of a concept for men to understand? I don't care if he had on no underwear and his thing was just thanging out there. And it was big. He was hung like a horse. You want to know what I can do? I can control myself. Maybe my eyes are going to look, but you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give 2 F's about it. I don't need to tell him how I want him to shove himself inside of me. I want to put my mouth on his whatever, or how I want to ride him, to whatever. I can keep my thoughts to myself. I don't have to harass him or make him uncomfortable. You can do the same thing with women. I know it's really hard for you guys to believe. I also know that it's hard for you guys to believe that women want to live in a world in which we don't have to be afraid of men. Wow. It's also very interesting that guys think everything that women do is for them. Do you know my sexuality? Do you know every girl's sexuality? Why do you assume that a girl's trying to look cute, sexy for you? Okay, most women are straight. We'll give you that. But then look at it this way. Why do you think that every woman in the world who is dressed sexy, dressed in a way that makes her look cute, is doing it for you? Are you attractive? Are you tall and handsome? Do you have a good career? More than likely, you cannot check all those boxes. And with that said, trust me, she's not doing it for you. Not to mention, there's a double standard. You will never tell a guy that he's being an attention whore, that he's whatever, if he takes off his shirt, flexes his muscles, make videos showing him lift weights, working out, counting his money. Those are the exact things that women like in men. But you don't say that, do you? No. You don't view it that way. But if a girl uses her body, uses her face, her prettiness, her breasts, her butt, whatever, and flaunts that, oh, she's a whore, she's a bad person, she's whatever, why would you do this? The only reason why men flex and try to show off their muscles, money, etc. is because they know that that's what women like. If women decided that they didn't like that tomorrow, they would stop. Guys don't care about having muscle or about making money to impress or show off in front of other dudes. It's for women. Likewise, women, generally speaking, do want to look good because they want to attract male partners. Doesn't mean that she wants you, but someone that's attractive, her type, within her, category what she finds to be attractive, both financially and physically. Doesn't mean it's you. Let me clarify one more thing here. I am not referring to the fact or justifying the fact that this is, what people do to attract someone to make it okay. What I'm really trying to get at here is, it's one thing to be doing something to make yourself look better for the opposite sex or the same sex, whoever you're attracted to. Speaking from a straight perspective here, not going to play PC politics, so I'm telling you from a straight woman's perspective, yes, let's be real. The reason why girls wear makeup, wear cute clothes, wear sexy things, etc. Yes, we want to compete with other girls, but the reality is, for most of us, we want to look good for men. Whether we want to date you or not, we want you to look at us. Yes, we like that attention, but at the same time, guys do the same thing. You don't get muscles for your bros. You get muscles for them hoes. You want to look good for women. You want girls to look at you and be like, oh my God, I wish he was my boyfriend. He's so muscular. He's so whatever. That's exactly what goes on. That's facts. Are there exceptions to that rule? Can you go to the gym and try to compete with your guy friend? Because let's be real, girls do not give a crap about anything past, the initial abs that you have going on. We don't need some dude that's super, super swole. It looks like he's in competitions. That's a little bit too far. Okay, but with that said, each girl has their own taste, just like how each guy has his own taste. My point is, the difference between how we both react to this is, it's one thing for you to look at a girl and be like, oh my God, her body is so hot. I wish she was my girlfriend. She looks so sexy. She looks so good. And you taking that attraction for her and then harassing her. That is where we draw the line. There is no justification for that part of it. That's what guys don't seem to understand. If you were just saying, oh, well, why can't, men look at you, acknowledge the fact that you're cute? Why can't a guy say hi to you? Why can't a guy say you're cute? That's totally different from a guy coming up to you and telling you what he wants to do to you based off of how much or how little clothing or how tight clothing, whatever you're wearing is. That's completely different. Harassing someone is not okay, regardless of what they are wearing. You do not touch a woman without having her permission, her consent. You can like someone or something without putting your hands on it. Has your mother never taken you to the store and said, look with your eyes, not your hands? All I gotta say is there's a very specific group of people that don't have this problem so much. Black people. You know better. Part of it, I will even say this, fine, we've been desensitized to some of this stuff to a degree as Americans, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, as an American, even maybe people, European people too, people from Europe, whether you're black, white, Asian, whatever, there too. But I will say, generally speaking, I notice this problem is more so in the Middle East and Asia. You all don't understand that concept because you've never had people tell you what not to do and how to treat women. You all draw the line at guys don't hit girls no matter what type thing, which I have mixed feelings on that as well. But you all see no problem with the guy R-ing a woman, M-ing a woman, making her feel uncomfortable based off the way she's dressed. You all talk so much about how your mothers and fathers raised you and you guys think you have so much respect for yourselves and you're so this, so whatever. But it's like, okay, do you not see that that's problematic too? Your mom and dad are so focused on trying to teach you how to be a man, so to speak, but they don't treat you how to talk to and treat women. And if your respect for them is only based off of their clothing, are you really so much of a man like how you claim to be? Are you really such a good person like how you claim to be? Because I know one thing about myself. You could leave me in a room alone with a naked man, and it does not cross my mind, should I try to grab his penis? Should I try to put it in my mouth? Should I just try to, just rub the tip of it? Should I lick his balls? That doesn't cross my mind. But for you guys, you see a woman, she don't even got to be naked. She wearing anything revealing any type of way, shape, or form. You have to tell her exactly what you think of her, whether it's a good or a bad thing. You have to put your hands on her. You have to catcall. You can't contain yourself. That is not normal, my friend. So if you want to brag about how your mom, your religion, your race, your whatever is so great, so whatever, I don't see what's brag-worthy about that. You're telling me that, your culture basically justifies men being dogs, being predators, based off of how a woman is dressed. That's stupid. And so again, like how I said, it's one thing for you to disagree with what someone's wearing and say, you shouldn't wear that. Because I even say that too. I don't agree with women that go outside dressed like how I dress online and at home. And the reason being is because creepy people like you exist. Not a matter of me wanting to restrict women, but because I know that unfortunately we don't live in a perfect world and there's crazy a-hole guys like you that exist. I will not advocate for a woman to purposely put herself at risk of getting hurt, harmed, or in danger to make a point, prove a statement, be herself, so to speak. Because we often get kidnapped, put into slavery and all type of crazy stuff like that. It's not worth it. But does it make it right that we have to do this? No, I want to acknowledge both sides of it. It's dangerous to do this to a certain degree depending on where you are. Yes, it's hurtful for your reputation depending on where you do, who your audience is. Yes, but let's also talk about the flip side of it that nobody wants to speak on. Can we stop talking about what women are doing wrong and talk about what you men are doing wrong? You do not have to react to everything that happens around you. Like how I said, you could put me in a room full of nothing but 6'3" naked men that are muscular, and I swear to God it would not cross my mind, which one of these guys can I take advantage of first? It doesn't cross my mind. But for you it does. You can't stand the thought of a woman being attractive and not wanting you to touch her, not wanting you to put your hands on her. You can't let an attractive woman pass you by. Not just, saying, hey, I want to get to know you, being nice with talking to her. You have to go into immediately dirty, sexualized conversation, explicit talk. That is not normal. That is the issue that's being talked about. And specifically in the video that you left your comment on, this is a video about being at work. Quit being stupid with me and playing games. You know damn well I don't come into work pushing my boobs together, etc. I'm at home. I'm a YouTuber. I can do whatever I want to on Instagram and YouTube. This is my personal life. But I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if you're at work wearing the exact same clothing as everyone else, not even tighter fitted, it's not like I'm wearing the wrong size or something, but clearly you can see my breasts. They're more pronounced if I have on a blouse tucked into a pencil skirt. I literally look like a walking boob. Okay, with that said, that is not fair. I can't help the way my body looks. You're indirectly suggesting that I wear some type of, binding clothing, sports bra, whatever. Even then, I am so busty that when I wear a sports bra, my boobs still look bigger than 90% of you chicks. Because, just that. I'm a curvy girl. And that's cool. But the problem is this country doesn't treat it that way. If you have breasts, you are instantly put into whore territory. It does not matter what clothing you wear. I had a day where I had back-to-back, 3-4 different dudes come at me trying to talk to me, trying to touch me. And I was wearing a skater dress, black opaque tights, trench coat, and Vans sneakers. But what did they see? Despite my dress being super baggy, not fitted, A-line dress, and it wasn't a short skater dress, it hit right at my knees. But for Japan, it was considered as kind of short. But again, black opaque tights, gym shoes. All they see is boobs. There's more attention drawn to the fact that I have boobs. They can see them bouncing around under my dress. That is what guys' eyes go to. And instead of just saying, oh, her body looks good, she's busty, I like girls with big breasts, nope, it instantly goes into, what uncomfortable comment can I make towards you and then get mad at you about for not accepting it? That's the problem that I have with you guys. So let's get this all clear. It's not an issue with women wanting to attract men. It's not an issue with women wearing what they want to and getting mad at guys for acknowledging, oh my God, she's hot, and saying, hey, you're cute, can I get to know you? No. It's a matter of you all being super, super inappropriate, out of line, offensive with the words that you say to her and your actions that you take. If you're not putting your hands on her, you're not telling her what you want to do to her body sexually, you're not suggesting that she do things for you sexually, so you're more than likely in the clear and not who I'm talking about. I'm not asking you to pretend like you're blind and act like you don't see the fact that I have boobs. But it's a totally different thing for, you to look at someone and be like, oh, she's, very attractive. Her body looks great. I wish she was my girlfriend. I want to get to know her. Hey, how are you? My name is such and such. Introduce yourself. Totally different. Girls aren't stupid. I know you're talking to me because you like my body. Simple. But what we don't like is a guy deciding, oh, She's so hot. Look at her big breasts. And you come up to me and you want to rub your hands on my body, touch my back, touch my breasts, or even just directly say, hey, how much? Where do do you play? Do you do whatever? That's inappropriate. That's what we're talking about. That is harassment. Taking pictures and videos of us, being a weirdo, a creep, etc. That is the issue. So stop playing games with us and acting stupid. You don't have to agree with what somebody's wearing to respect them. You don't have to agree with what somebody's wearing to not be a predator, to not be an arpist. It's not asking for much. I don't understand why that's such a hard thing for you all to understand. So whatever, I'm already over 10 minutes with this. I'm through. Let's get back to the video, but just want to put that out there because y'all keep playing dumb with me and pretending like you don't understand what we're talking about. Oh, like, how are you telling, people that, you don't like harassment, but then you're dressed like that? I'm sorry to break it to you, but dressing in clothing doesn't mean that you're okay with being ard or that you're okay with harassment. Wanting somebody to find you attractive, wanting to get compliments, wanting to be proud of your body the way you look does not mean that you want bad, harmful things to happen to you in that sense. You would not ever tell a man that if he doesn't want bad things to happen to him, because men are victim of, having bad situations like that too. Women are men and do things like that as well and aim them as well. You would never tell a man, well, if you don't want that to happen, you shouldn't be flexing your muscles on the beach. You shouldn't have a six-pack. You shouldn't have a wallet then. You shouldn't have a good career. You'll never say that to him, but you will not hesitate to say it to a woman. Don't play with me. Anyway, back to the video. Okay. Why that double standard? Let's forget about the double standard part. Why do you guys not understand the concept that it's not just one thing for you to think or assume somebody's a whore? Because fine, all right, you can think whatever you want about somebody based on how they're dressed. I can't stop that. But can we all agree with the fact that the way somebody's dressed does not justify harassing them? Just say that you're a predator and that you have issues and move on about your day. Because there's nothing normal about that. Seeing somebody not wearing clothing should not instantly bring out the arpist in you. That's not normal. Let's talk about that part. Y'all don't want to talk about that though. That's not normal. And sadly, in Asia and in the Middle East, that seems to be a huge issue. I have no idea why. Asian and Middle Eastern men cannot handle the sight of seeing a woman dressed in any way that is remotely sexy without having to harass, stalk, or argue. Y'all can't do it. And y'all get angry when y'all see women comfortably dressed as they please. Because God forbid that a girl wears what she wants to wear. Here I am, I made a whole video talking about harassment, stalking, etc., inappropriate treatment, and all you took from the video is, well, if you don't want people to harass you, why would you dress in that way? Why would you touch your breasts? Why would you take a picture like that? Does that justify somebody doing that to me? No. Just as a girl that has a job, being a sex worker, a prostitute, stripper, whatever, it does not give you the right to R her, to abuse her, to take advantage of and to hurt her. You don't have to agree with her career, her lifestyle, her choice, and what she's doing. Totally hear you. I wouldn't want my friends or loved ones to have that type of career either. But I am not going to justify an abusive, manipulative, predator-like man putting his hands on her inappropriately, doing things that she does not want to do to her, by saying, oh, well, she shouldn't have had that job. She shouldn't have chose that career. She shouldn't have been on that pole. You're deflecting. Her career has nothing to do with the fact that this guy is crazy, is a creep, is a monster, is a menace. That's irrelevant. I do not dress like that at work or in public. It was for my thumbnail. When I'm at home, I can take whatever pictures, videos that I want to that I feel comfortable doing because it's me and my body, and I refuse to live my life in fear of what men think of me, of what men want of me. Because you're not my husband, you're not my boyfriend, you're not my daddy, you're not my boss, you're not my son. You do not control me. Simple as that. Again, I don't care if I walked outside with a Band-Aid over my nipples. It does not justify a man, it does not justify a man putting his hands on me. It does not justify a man catcalling and talking to me like a dog. It does not justify a man molesting or raping me. I know it's such a hard concept for you guys to understand. But that's facts. The way that someone dresses The way that someone talks, the way that someone looks does not justify harassment of any kind. Let me say it again. The way that someone dresses, looks, acts, or talks does not justify you being a harasser, you being a predator, you being a creep. Normal, functioning adults can keep their thoughts and hands to themselves. I don't have to touch men that I find attractive. Every time I see a 6 foot tall guy, I don't have to instantly get on my hands and knees and start sucking his you know what. I don't have to tell him that I want to. I don't have to tell him, oh my God, I just want to see it. Like, is it big? I want to put it inside of me. I don't have to do that. I can think whatever I want to in my mind. I can be like, I wonder if it's 8 inches or 12. I can think whatever I want to in my head. But I don't have to tell him. I don't have to touch him. I don't have to ask him if I can. I can act like a normal adult and hush. I can admire, wow, he's 6 feet tall. Wow, he's 6'2". Wow, his hands are so beautiful. I can think whatever I want to in my mind. I don't have to act on it. What's so hard about that for you guys? That's right, you guys don't have to be accountable for anything because you've been taught your whole life women should be afraid of you. You should have the freedom to think, say, and do whatever you want to do, both inside and out loud. That's the real issue. I made a whole video. I have several videos on this topic talking about this. And all you took away from it is not the fact that what these men, workers, management, what they're saying to these women is inappropriate about their bodies. What you took away from it is, why are you dressed that way then? I just don't understand it. So I should have to be afraid of wearing clothing that I want to wear, even when I'm at home, to avoid creepy people like you. And don't get me wrong, I talk about this in my video. You type of people, you guys, you arpists, you're the reason why I tell women to not dress the way that they want to out in public. Because when we do that, we have to be afraid of creeps like you. Because there are crazy men just like yourself who cannot respect women's boundaries. And it's not worth it to risk getting harmed or RPED'd to prove a point, make a statement, or to be comfortable in your body as a woman. That is the only reason why I say that. Because unfortunately, society will treat you that way. Totally agree. But in this case, the video clearly says that I'm not dressed inappropriately in public. That was just for a thumbnail. I'm at home and having fun with myself because I can. That was not the takeaway from the video. But of course, you came to my video because you wanted inappropriate content. You talked about AVs. You came to my video because you liked what you saw, you liked the thumbnail, and it didn't give you the content that you wanted. You came there to get some soft PON. That's what you came there for. I'm purposely not spelling this stuff right because I'm trying not to avoid, getting into monetization trouble, which I've already done that because I've said some words I shouldn't have said. That's what you came there for. And you're mad that you didn't get what you expected. It wasn't delivered. That's why that video even has a lot of dislikes. I can see where the traffic is coming from. Almost every person that clicked on that video, they came there looking for pawn. That's what they came there for. They came there for PRN. And they were disappointed because that's not what the video was about. I'm talking about being a teacher, being an ALT, a homeroom teacher, and your boss, can you wear a different dress? Can you wear a different blouse? Can you do whatever XYZ? Because your clothing makes them uncomfortable. Because your clothing makes students uncomfortable. You could wear a bed sheet to work and people will still notice that you have mountains under that sheet. That was my point in that video. Nobody said that I showed up to work with my shirt unbuttoned and my breasts hanging out. That's what you got out of the video. It ain't nowhere in the video that it said that. The end of my video, I showed myself making my thumbnail. I showed the exact video that I believe I posted on Instagram. That is my personal and private life. And even then, once again, newsflash, hello, same situation. Control yourself. You're a grown man. Control yourself. Y'all Asian and Middle Eastern men act like y'all have never seen a woman's body before, and it's such a turnoff. Like y'all 12-year-old boys or high school students or something. Have y'all never had pussy before or something? We've all seen breasts. We've all seen nipples. Get over it. You've been to the beach. You've been on the internet before. You've watched PRN. You know what a woman looks like. It's old news. Get over it. You can control yourself. You don't have to freak out and act like a dog every time you see a little piece of meat. It's cleavage. You're not even seeing my actual nipples. Get over yourself. You're seeing chunks of fat behind a piece of cloth. Oh my God, the world is gonna end. Keep that same energy when your homeboys, your friends, take pictures flexing their muscles with their shirt off, counting their money. You don't tell them, you say you don't like gold diggers. So why are you working out? Why are you showing people your money? Interesting. So sorry, sir, but no. Me showing my body, me being comfortable with myself, me dressing as I please when I'm at home or even out in public, even for the girls that don't take my advice and wear whatever they want to in Japan, it does not justify what these creepy bad guys do. My advice to them is just because there are creepy bad people out there, I don't suggest doing whatever you want to. That is my advice. My advice is not defending predators, is not defending arpists, is not defending bad boys that do this stuff. It's saying men are crazy, they can't control themselves, they act like dogs. Protect yourself, ladies. Do not do what you want to, because unfortunately the world will justify what's done to you because of how you looked. Unfortunately, because of how you look, you will attract crazy and bad people. They will assume, oh, she's dressed this way, that means she wants to be arped. That's how they see it. It makes zero sense. But to you it does, because you're telling on yourself. You're telling the world that you are a predator. Thank you for proving my point. All logic goes out the window. It doesn't matter what you say. If you are not dressed modestly, men cannot listen to you. Your body is sexy. They should have the right to touch you. You want to show cleavage? They should have the right to say whatever they want to you, right? Why is that such a hard concept to understand for you all? Why that's inappropriate? Why is it so hard for you to understand that just because you see something don't mean you got to say it? I wouldn't even want to say it. It doesn't even cross my mind. If I see a guy's attractive in my mind, oh, he's handsome. Oh, he's muscular. I'm just thinking in my mind. I don't instantly think, oh, let me touch his abs. Let me rub my hands up and down his body without asking. Let me tell him what I want to do to him. Let me tell him that I want to put my pussy on his face. Let me tell him that I want him to suck on my titties. That doesn't even come across my mind. I don't tell him, wow, you're so hot, you're so muscular. I want to sit in your lap and I want to ride your dick. But you men do that. You see a girl that looks attractive, has a nice body, you got to tell her how you want to stick your penis inside of her and how you want to do X, Y, and Z to her and do this, that, and the other. You literally tell her how you want to R her. That's okay and normal to you? Okay. And then you'll justify based on how she's dressed. Well, if you don't want guys to say that to you, then don't dress that way. Then don't show your dress. Don't be an attention whore. Or you can just not be a rapist. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything crazy or nothing. Just a thought. God, I hope y'all don't ever have daughters. And the crazy thing is, these same dudes say, but when I have a daughter, I'm not going to let her dress like you. Make sure you teach your son not to harass and stalk people like how you do. Make sure you do that too. Y'all stay so concerned and worried about what girls do, how girls dress, what girls look like. Your mama clearly wasn't concerned about how you talk to women, how you treat them. And look, you keeping the generation going. You talking about what you're not going to do with your daughter or your sister or whatever else. How about your son? How about you teach him how to respect people and women? How about you teach him that respect is not based off what somebody's wearing? How about you teach him that we shouldn't live in a world in which people have to be afraid to wear certain clothing because men can't control themselves and act like pigs and dogs? Imagine if women did that. And shoot, the sad thing is, because men are so dog-like, shoot, that would make them happy. They love it if women did that. So, I'm done. It just reminded me, I saw a video a little while ago showing this woman from a while back, I think it was in the UK, where she was acting like a guy. She went around catcalling men. So she did it in reverse. And men actually mostly responded to it positively because they weren't used to it. So, but I can't even like fathom trying to do something like that. Like every time I saw an attractive guy, instead of me just thinking in my mind, oh, he's hot, instead I have to say, let me figure out how I can molest this dude. Let me figure out how I can R this dude. What normal person thinks that way? And then y'all justify it. So then if it's not enough, if the guy rejects me and says, I don't want you to touch me, I don't want you putting your pussy on my face, you know, something like that, instead of me seeing like, oh, okay, maybe what I said wasn't appropriate, I get angry. Well, if you don't want me to shove my titties inside your mouth, then maybe you should put your shirt on then. Then I wouldn't have to think about you sucking on my nipples. Imagine if I said that. That would sound really crazy and ridiculous, wouldn't it? But that's exactly how stupid you all look. Sorry, but a girl being sexy, dressing sexy, having breasts, showing them, doesn't mean she wants your nasty, broke nigga lips on her. Doesn't mean she wants to date you. Doesn't mean she wants to F you. Doesn't mean she wants to be harassed and stalked by anyone, even if you are attractive. Hard concept to believe, I know. Oh my God. Women have standards. Women want to be respected. So hard to believe. You think it's crazy and absurd for a girl to show her body, but you have no problem with a man doing it. You would never say anything about it. It's only when a woman does it. And not to mention, the video was literally showing my body for the purpose of, one, having a thumbnail, and two, to show what I looked like, because I was talking about curves. You're going to look at my breasts anyway because that's what the video was about. But I gotta make a fake thumbnail showing myself wearing a turtleneck to make you happy? And it probably would. I'm not doing that. Again, men's whole idea of women is women should be afraid of us and serve us and nothing more. I'm not doing that. Forget that. I do what I want, when I want, how I want to do it. I'm not going to live my life afraid of some broke men that I don't even care about. I respect the rules of the culture that I'm in. I wear what I'm supposed to wear appropriately for work, for the place that I'm going to. When I am at home, I can dress like this. And when I get off this video, this is finna come off too. And you want to know what? I don't give a F. You don't like how I dress? You don't like what I wear? Then don't watch my content. You can't understand the concept of not harassing, molesting, or ARPing people? Then you need help. Just say that. You need help. You have issues. Like a lot of men, sadly. Because a lot of people do agree with you. From their perspective, if a girl doesn't want to be ARPed, then don't dress sexy. You don't want people to talk about your body, then don't show it. It's too much to ask, grown men to keep their mouth shut, to keep their hands to themselves. They can't do that. That's too much. They have to say whatever they think. They have to think nasty thoughts if they see a woman's sexy body. They have to find a way to R them. That's too much. How are they supposed to keep their hands to themselves? How can they do that? How can they keep their mouth shut when there's a girl dressed so sexy right in front of them? Girls don't even have conversations like that, like how guys do. But y'all do. And the sad thing is, y'all really think it's justifiable. But like I said, you want to test dudes? Most dudes, because there's some crazy ones that don't mind this either. Tell them that the girl that they're going after is a minor, and suddenly their brain knows how to flip that switch off. Show them their daughter dressed inappropriately. They understand in that sense, don't look at this person that way. But show them an adult woman that they find attractive, then it's a whole nother story. Then it's, she shouldn't be dressed that way then. Tell them that person who's saying, oh, she shouldn't be dressed that way then, is a minor. Then it's, oh, cover your eyes, have no interest type thing. Right. So you know how to turn on and off your predatorial, whatever you want to call it, making up words, your predatory behavior. It's subjective. You use it when you want to use it. You like to be that type of person when you like to be it. But you know how to stop it at any moment too. Okay. What's normal about that? So if that makes you feel good about yourself, that you're putting me down or whatever for not wanting to live my life in fear of men, then so be it. I would much rather be a whore, I said this before, than to be a rapist. I said the word, there you go, forget about monetization. than be, an arpist, to be a harasser, then be a loser, like how you are. I'm totally fine with that. So That's it. You're not the only person that thinks that way. There's tons of guys. But I thought it was interesting that I finally got somebody that left a comment specifically on that video about that. I normally get stuff like that from guys, messaging me personally, like online, etc. F-boys that I've talked to that don't understand the concept. And it's like, well, you're dressed that way. You showed this picture. I can say this to you, right? I can do this to you, right? It's misleading. You must want this. Yes, of course. I took a sexy picture. So that means every guy in the world, any man that sees that picture, this is a public outcry for everyone, every man in existence, anyone with a penis between his legs to come F me. That's exactly what that photo means. You're right. Yep, makes total sense. Yep, by posting this picture, I am signing away all of my rights to self-respect, all of my rights to the ability to say no. You're right. In what world? So, I'm done. It's useless trying to talk to you, man, and argue with you. I just hope you realize that what you're saying is literally proving my point. This is the reason why we have to dress modestly. This is the reason why we can't do what we want to do in public in the real world. Because y'all crazy. Y'all have no self-control. And it's so funny because in your mind as a man, you think we ladies don't have self-control because we are trying to dress freely as we want to, like how you men have always done. Y'all think we're the crazy ones for asking for and or wanting that. We're not even asking for you to accept us and not to call us names and not look down on us. We're asking for you, if you don't like it, just look the other way. And if you like it, keep your mouth shut. You don't have to say everything you think. You don't have to touch everything you like. Y'all mama never took y'all to the store and said, don't touch nothing? Look with your eyes? Okay, you can do just that. You see a bad bitch walk by, you can look with your eyes. You don't have to put your hands on me because I'm dressed sexy. It's that simple. And in this case, like I said, for this video, I'm talking about the fact that I'm dressed modestly and still being met with inappropriate comments. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? Get plastic surgery to remove my breasts? Can't help the fact that I'm curvy. Can't help the fact that I'm busty and the rest of your workers are flat-chested. That's what the video is about. The video is not about me coming to work wearing a tube top, wearing my bra, and being like, what, I can't dress like this at work? That is not the video. So you clearly either didn't watch it or you saw what you wanted to see. But it sounds like you saw what you wanted to see because based on your comment, you came there with AVs in your mind. So thanks for telling me what type of person you are, what you do during your free time, which is also funny because men will sit there, they'll pay for hookers, they'll watch porn, and then they'll point fingers and shame the same people that they getting off to. Y'all stupid, delusional as hell. And it's so funny because said about girls, like, oh, girls know what they want. They speak out of both sides. No, you all do. Y'all like hoes. Y'all like hoes. Y'all like whores. Y'all like all these bad people when they don't give you what you want. But when you're getting what you want from them, then you ain't got nothing to say. When you can afford women that like men that have money, they're not gold diggers anymore. You go straight after them Beckys. When you're getting with those girls that are, sex workers, whatever, they're not a whore anymore. When she leave you, when she done with you, then you talk crap about her. Okay, interesting. How do you think these businesses and industries exist? Right, because you all pay for them, you fund them. And then y'all turn back around after you're done getting off and point fingers and shame people for what they did. I'm not even talking about being in support or in agreement of it. I'm talking about you all's hypocrisy. Y'all so concerned about a woman not wearing a shirt. But y'all don't realize, y'all call them a attention or whatever else. Y'all literally do the same thing. And the ones that don't, it's because you can't. Because you don't have muscles. Because you're fat. Because you don't have money. You just bitter, jealous, and hating. So I'm done. Thank you for the video content. Thank you for the idea. And for any other men that don't understand it, this is not a matter of what you think inside your mind. You could think I'm a whore. You could think whatever you want to about me. I don't give a crap because I don't like you. So I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion only matters to me if I care about you and I like you. And in this case, I don't care about you and I don't like you. I wish you love and peace. That's all I have to say to that. But because I don't, your opinion has no weight, no value over my life. So I don't care about what you think of me. But what I do care about is how you approach me. If you do see me and you see that I have breasts, and if you see me in real life, especially in Japan, it's a conservative country, you are more than likely not going to see me with my stuff hanging out. And with that said, okay, I would like to ask that you do not touch my body. Is that not fair to say? Just because you see somebody with large breasts, a big butt, does not mean your hand has to gravitate towards it and grope that person. Why is that such a hard concept to understand? That's all I'm asking. That seems to be too hard for the average man, though. Okay, let me phrase it this way too. If you see me out in public and I'm wearing less clothing, you can look with your eyes. I just almost picked my nose. You can look with your eyes. That's fun, okay. But still, this is a hard one, you guys. It's tricky. Do not touch me. Also, if I don't want to talk to you, stop talking. Leave. End the conversation. Be a man about it. Don't get angry. Just realize I don't like you. Just as you recognize that I'm attractive, I probably recognize that either you're broke, ugly, short, fat, balding, whatever else. I have my reasons for why I do not want you. Get over it. If you were rich, you would have access to other women. Many women. Okay, well, I'm attractive. I have access to other men. Many men. And I might also clearly see that you're an F-boy and that you're wasting my time. Thus, I'm not going to entertain you. I have the right to have standards and choose. Just because you like what you see doesn't mean that I like what I see in you. The way that someone dresses does not justify you being an arpist. The way that someone dresses does not justify you putting your hands on them. You saying bad, negative, nasty things to them. It's called manners. It's called maturity. It's called respect. I'm not saying or doing anything to you in public, so you don't do it to me. It's that simple. You don't have to agree with how I'm dressing. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying or what I'm doing. I'm not harming, hurting, or touching you. Don't do it to me. Simple. Golden rule. That's all I'm asking. I didn't ask for your thoughts on my outfit. I didn't ask for your thoughts on my opinions. It's that simple. Why can't men get that? The moment that women are not wearing enough clothing to their liking, they lose the rational ability to be like, okay, she looks good. I wish she was mine, but she's not mine, so I can't touch her. I don't even imagine myself doing that stuff with guys that I see that are attractive. All the furthest my thoughts will go is, I wish she was my boyfriend. I wish she was my husband. Well, I envy his girlfriend. That's as far as my thoughts go. I do not think in my mind and plot, how am I going to touch this dude's dick and run off? And I sure as hell wouldn't get mad if he got angry at me for doing it. Y'all will literally go up to girls, touch them, and then get angry at them for getting mad at you. What? So I'm done with this. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Anyone that doesn't understand, like I said, it's not a matter of you agreeing with how the girls dress, agreeing with her lifestyle, agreeing with what she's doing. It's simply a matter of saying, you do not have the right to touch anyone if they don't give you permission to touch them. You do not have the right to harass anyone with your words. If someone doesn't want to be spoken to by you, you leave them alone. You don't have to say what you think and what you see. You're not a baby. You're not a child. You're a grown man. You don't have to agree with how she's dressed. You don't have to agree with her lifestyle. I see people that belong to different religions all the time, and I do not have to go up to them and say, your religion is wrong. You're going to hell. You're a bad person. You're whatever. I can keep my thoughts to myself. I can pray for them. I can think, this person's wrong. And I can leave it alone. You can do the same thing when you see women. You might see and be like, she shouldn't be dressed like that. She shouldn't do this. She shouldn't do whatever. And you can be quiet. And in this case, you're loud and ignorant and wrong, because I don't even dress like that out in public. This is my YouTube channel, American platform. And like I said, in my country, we're not afraid of men on the level that people are in Asia. I can dress freely. In fact, our men are desensitized because we do it so much. There's some good and some bad to that. I don't have to walk around afraid of walking outside with a V-neck on because somebody might R me. Can't say the same about Japan. I don't even have to wear a V-neck. You wear athletic clothing here, people act like you're wearing your bra and panties outside. So Now I'm officially done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We can argue about it in the comments, but like I said, I hope I don't have to make another video on this. I have several videos on my channel that already address this, including one where I was talking about, Japanese people, stereotyping foreigners as being, these easy women or whatever. My whole video talks about this topic, so please watch that video. So that's that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. As always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. You can add me on Snapchat at Comic the Savior. You can also follow me on TikTok at Comic the Savior. You can read my blog at comic95.com and like my Facebook fan page at Comic95 the Savior. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, and I hope you'll watch another video. Bye.